So before online learning, graphic design was just jumping into designing cereal boxes.
Started with a tessellation.
They use Adobe Illustrator for that.
We moved into this faux taxidermy project.
In Studio One, they were working on acrylic paintings.
And we used chicken wire, sprayed it with foam.
Being able to mix colors from light to dark.
And then we did a paper mache, then cellulose clay.
We had all those materials available for students. But now, since everybody's home, we've had to really adjust. Pretty much for all my classes, I did a survey before we really started any lessons. And I just asked every student, just give me a list of all the art materials you have at home. And so that was a good way for me to assess what is possible and what might not be possible.
And I wanted to take the pressure off of I don't have this, what do I do? I only have a red marker, Mr. Sage. I'm like, it's okay, we're gonna work with that. And then the next step was, okay, so where in your room or home can you set up a little workstation?
I'll be asking them to kind of draw their new classroom. Are you sitting at a desk? Are you alone? Are there people around you? Are your pets around you? The idea is that they're, again, documenting something they're experiencing while also working on their perspective skills, value skills.
The first thing I wanted to do was connect with them and show them my space. So I gave them a tour of my studio, what I'm working on, where I paint, when I paint. Everyone thought it was great. So they kind of get a glimpse into my life, and it almost kind of validates me as, oh, Mr. Sage is an actual artist. He's not just faking it in the classroom. No, I've been a professional artist for 18 years now.
New projects that we're doing, for example, in graphic design, which has been a course that we've had to really adjust. But what we're going to do now is kind of think about COVID-19 and how that's playing a part in our lives and the life of a consumer. The students will be designing advertisements, selling a product or a service that is in really high demand right now during COVID-19. Maybe there is a product that isn't out there that you would want right now. They'll be thinking about, the visual design of it, what imagery is involved, but also thinking about typography and the text that's involved. How do your words play a part in an advertisement?
My first thought was just a collage. Let's just do some sort of collage where they could print things online from their computer. They could use newspapers or any sort of found material and kind of paste them with glue, cut them with scissors. I kind of left it open for them to completely have freedom within that. But I wanted them to travel down a certain lane in doing so. So I came up with the idea of them tracing their portrait, I would trace your portrait with a standard size 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that everyone has access to, cut it out, and then we're going to paste that on top of a backdrop of this collage. They always ask me oh, can I do this? I'm like, yes, absolutely. Whatever you want, you have the guidelines of this project, but you are free. I want you to do layers of different things that matter to you. There's no wrong answer. They realize that this is also new for me too, and I don't have all the answers, and I'm not seamless in how I present things and how I navigate these platforms. So they seem a little more understanding and thankful. When they go, they log off, they thank me, and there's a little bit of engagement.
I think, introducing these projects that have to do with our experiences during COVID-19 has already engaged them a little bit more than normal. It's okay to change curriculum and apply to what's happening in their lives because this is such a monumental time. They all have something to say about it. They're all experiencing it, and so they all want to somehow show what they're going through.